What's up, guys? So I'm gonna walk you through my entire process from A to Z, how to book calls through DM outreach. If you're a complete beginner, if you've done this a little bit, you're just not seeing results, this will clear the air on how to actually see results, how I'm personally booking 1 to 5 calls every single day, 7 days a week, literally just DMing people. Now, I got this quick little slide for you guys just so we can make it super easy. So I'm going to move this real quick, make it full screen. All right, so this is basically the step one is building your first impression. Now, a lot of people skip this, and that's why you guys are not seeing results. So initially, if people are going to DM, you want to make sure that your page has a good, credible first impression, because naturally, if people look at your Instagram page after you DM them and they see that your page is not high quality, they're not going to answer, they're not going to respond, they're also not going to book a call and work with you. So step one is just make sure the entire page looks high quality, it's professional, make sure your username is solid, do your first and last name if you can. Get the verification if you can afford it. It's super easy. It just builds credibility. Make sure the profile picture is close up, the headshot, make sure it looks high quality as well. And then also make sure that your main name has what you do, like your occupations, whether you're a coach, an entrepreneur, videographer, put that in here. So that way, when people search that up, it's actually 100% searchable. So you might as well just pop that in there. Make sure your bio is clean. It looks good. It looks professional. Make sure that you have who you are, what you do, who you help. Add some social proof, like if you've worked with clients, like some results that you've gotten. And then at the very bottom, add a call to action. You always want to add some kind of call to action. DM me the word fit, DM me the word grow, book a call below, that kind of stuff. Make sure you have a solid link. Add highlights. I mean, I feel like a lot of people skip this. I don't know why, but highlights is huge for just initial credibility, because if people come across your page and they see, okay, you've been featured in press articles, you have some results behind your belt, you got a good lifestyle, you have like the program details, nothing too specific, but just add overviews of that. And then content, you want to make sure that it's high quality, it's niche specific, make sure you're giving some high quality value, and then just make sure that you're also giving off a super solid, again, credible first impression. That's the whole goal of step one, is give off that credible first impression. Now, step two is, now that we have a solid page, now what we want to do is find a target market that is super duper specific. So we need to figure out what's their age, what's their occupation, what do they look like physically, what do they look like, what does their Instagram page look like. That's going to be super important to find down the line when we're looking for Instagram pages, which is the next step. You want to know their gender, demographics, net worth, quantity. Are there so many of these people that it's not specific enough? And you also want to make sure that there's enough people to supply, so you can make a decent amount of money. But you also don't want it to be too small. If there's only 5,000 people that fit your demographic, maybe that's a little bit too specific. So you want to broaden it out a little bit. Lastly, do they have a bleeding neck problem? Now, if they don't have a bleeding neck problem, they're probably not going to be committed enough to respond to you and hop on a call and buy your programs. So what this means is, do they have a problem so big and so bad that they need it fixed now? If they don't get it fixed, their livelihood, their business is pretty screwed. So, with fitness, for instance, it's pretty easy, because it's if you're not healthy, if you're not fit, you literally could die, right? So that's very black and white. So once we have the target market, we know exactly who we're targeting. Now what we want to do is we want to find these leads. So I'm going to go to Instagram real quick. So let me just pop that up. I don't know why it's not showing my face, beautiful face. All right, so we're going to go to the search bar, for instance. So let's say you're in fitness and you're targeting busy professionals, people who are in sales or maybe insurance, and you want to help those people get fit and get shredded so they can have more confidence and show up in their business. So what we're going to do is for that, let's say, insurance, we're going to obviously type in insurance. Now this is very simple. You're just going to type in keywords. I don't even think I spelled that right. Insurance. There we go. So you're going to find random pages. So I would probably skip over doing actual Instagram, personal brands, and instead try to find pages similar to this, where it's almost a business account. So you want to find a business account, because typically they'll have more of a following, and they're also almost never verified, because Meta verified is pretty screwed up these days and only verifies personal brands at this moment. So let's say we go to their following, 57K. So you can make this 100% searchable. So that way you don't have to manually go through every single client. So like, let's say, we're looking for life insurance agents who we want to get into our fitness program. So we'll type in life. Oops. Typing is not my strong suit. Now you have all these people, life insurance, all these people that are in the life insurance space. It's like almost every single one of these people would be like a hot lead that you could DM and build a conversation off of, assuming they have like a public page. So, let's scroll down, for instance, maybe we would DM this person, maybe we would DM, this person. It seems like she's in the life insurance space. She's a mother. What we would do is we would basically click message. We would DM them, and I'm going to go over the scripts here in a second. And then once we DM them, once you have the script and you message them, what you're going to want to do, this is super important, is scroll down on like any of their posts, like go to a super random post. Maybe it's from a year ago, maybe it's from a few months ago, and just leave a genuine comment. So, take a little bit of time, read the caption, takes 10 seconds, and leave a genuine comment. Something like, hey, love this post. Hey, congrats. Something like that, which just kind of builds some genuine connection. Then scroll back up and go to this post, like one of their recent posts that they made. This was 4 days ago. Like that post, because then what that's going to do, and the reason I have you guys do this and have my VAs do this as well, is a lot of times the DMs are going to go to your hidden requests, or like the request folder. So a lot of people don't see that initially. So the reason we want to go down and like just some random posts and leave comments is because people don't often see like their hidden requests, but they're looking at their notifications 10 times a day. So if they see that little red dot, they see that, okay, somebody liked my post. It was a random post that catches their attention. They left a comment. You could even say like, they do another comment and say like, hey, just sent you a DM, looking forward to connecting. And that's really going to get their attention, and that's going to help increase your response rate like crazy. And then to get more leads, now you're probably wondering, okay, we DM this person. How do I find 50 leads per day or 40 per day? You're going to click the mutual arrow here, and you're going to be able to scroll through all these people. And most of the time, these people are also going to be in a similar space. So go through these, DM, click the plus arrow, DM, click the plus arrow, or I guess I don't know what this is called, but you're going to click that, and you're just going to basically go through the ropes and keep doing that. Now, another thing you can do is you can go through their following. So like this person's not verified. So you can actually search up their following. Maybe you type in insurance, maybe you type in life insurance, maybe you type in entrepreneur, but just type in the keywords here, go to her following, type in the keywords here, and just scroll through, and you'll find hundreds of thousands of leads. Like there's no shortage of leads. You just need to know where to look for them and where to find them initially. So now that we have, let's see here, now that we have where to find them, now we need to know what to send them. Now, what to send them is also very important. So something like this, way too long. I don't read this. I didn't read this. I never would read something like this. If I see this DM, I'm moving on to the next one. So it's way too long. Don't write anything like this. That's crazy. And then this is too short. Like that's the whole other side, is like, if you're DMing something like this, I don't have an attention span to read all this and actually spend time reading your essay. But with this, it's like, okay, hey, Joe, Arm. It's like, why are you even DMing me? Like, what's the purpose? What's your intent? It's like, there's really no specific reason why you'd be DMing me. So I probably wouldn't really respond to this either, because it's not specific. And then the other main question, or the other main reason why I wouldn't respond to either of these, is because of this, because there's no question. This is super important, because if you're not asking a question, you're not enticing a response. So the reason that this is good is, number one, the length and the brevity is pretty solid. Like it's not too long, it's not too short. I add their name, hey, what's up, Eric? Love the value you're posting. So instantly giving a compliment. People love compliments. Wanted to reach out and connect. Okay, there's an intent. He wants to connect. How long have you been coaching for? There's a question and an interest. So this is the kind of stuff that's actually going to get you a response, because you're enticing a response and you're adding all the things that will be like the perfect mixture to actually get their response. So this is basically what you want to send for that. Now, follow-up is something you're going to want to do down the line. Like if you're DMing 40 to 50 people every single day, and let's say, for instance, you start to get some responses here and there, but a lot of these conversations aren't actually going anywhere yet. They're leaving you on red. They're not seeing your message. These are some quick tips that you can use. So number one, if you're following up, you want to space it out. Like space it out over time. You'll see here like 21st, 28th, 6th, 12th. It's like I kind of follow up once a week. And then finally they responded, I'm interested. So I would say after like 7 or 8 messages, if they haven't responded at all, maybe they're not that interested and you should probably just move on. But if you go like 4 or 5 DMs and then they respond, you just got that lead, right? Space it out. That's super important. Next is just be genuine. Like, don't pitch anything necessarily on DM. Just give quick incentives, value. It's like the reason that this person responded is because I basically said like, hey, I'd love to just give some free value for your page, see what goals you have, see how I can specifically help, because people are inherently selfish. They want to know what's in it for them. So if you instantly say like, hey, I just want to give you some value, hop on a quick call, see what your goals are going into 2025, it's like they're a lot more likely to hop on a call. And then the last one is just using GIFs and like emoji memes and stuff like that. Like, this stuff is kind of just like breaks the tension, I guess you could say, and makes it kind of, a little bit funny. And then they actually might respond from that. And I've responded to GIFs as well, which is why I put it in here, because it works on me personally. The other thing you can do is to get around the fact that Instagram just updated their DM policy where you can only send one DM unless they accept, or until they accept the DM. What you can actually do is you send that initial script that we just went over. Then you can also send like fire emojis. You can do swipe ups on their stories. And then that might actually get their response, which gets you in the door to actually be able to send more messages. This is another thing. It's called the everything is okay. Like, is everything okay follow up? So this is like, you're almost asking them and catching them off guard. Like, hey, is everything okay? Like, they actually get like worried. Like, oh, is this person really worried about me? And then that always entices a response. It's super interesting. That's more like psychology. So these are some follow-up strategies that I personally use. Now, if you guys want to dive into like your specific goals and processes, you want to, book a one-on-one call, like go through specifically what you guys need help with. What I'm going to do is, in the description of this YouTube video, of this training, I'm going to put my personal Calendly link. So go ahead and book there. Spots are pretty limited. I don't usually do one-on-one calls for free. Like, I charge $300 to $500 per consultation. But if you guys took time to actually watch this video, you dove into everything, I can tell that you guys have some motivation and like coachability. So definitely feel free to book below. I'll be doing this for like a pretty limited time, but definitely willing to chat with you guys who see this video. So book below. Let's chat. Let's crush this year.